So I want to take you on a journey today to connect with the spirit of a tree. And, nature can be such a powerful, loving source of wisdom and guidance and love. So I want you to think about, before we get started, what question or intention feels relevant for you today? What is something that you would want to communicate with the tree spirit about? Perhaps there's something at work or maybe with a passion project that you would like some guidance around, maybe next steps on how to handle that or how to move forward. Perhaps there's a situation in life or a conversation that you've been meaning to have and you would like a little clarity around what the right words or what the right steps could be with that. Or perhaps you just want to ask the spirit of the tree for some healing or ask what it would like you to know. So I want you to close your eyes and get comfortable and start to deepen your breath in a way that's comfortable to you, taking deep breaths in to your low belly, bringing that breath through all the spaces and cells of your body, really releasing any tension that may be there. And just breathing at a pace that feels very nurturing for you. And I want to call in the spirits of the trees, our helping spirits, our guardian angels, as well as our ancestors and loved ones that have passed on, that have our highest and best good in their hearts. I ask them to please assist us and protect us on our journey, to please keep this space loving, nurturing, pristine, safe, and of highest integrity. I ask the tree spirits to share their wisdom in a way that we can easily understand, in a way that is gentle and loving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So your eyes closed and getting really comfortable, finding that breath that really nurtures you. I want you to envision a tree to connect with. It may be one that you know in real life, or it may be one that you imagine. And I want you to observe that tree with any of your 7 senses that are kicking in for you. So you've got your 5 senses of sight, sound, touch, taste. You've got your 6th sense of that intuitive knowing, sensing, and your 7th sense of imagination, which really can be quite a wisdom keeper for us if we allow it. So any of the senses are just as valid as the next. And you may notice throughout this practice that one sense turns off and you're just being asked to allow a different sense to guide you for a little bit. So as you observe your tree, I just want you to take a few moments to notice what it looks like, what it sounds like, maybe what it feels like to the touch. And sometimes we see and feel kind of a darkness, and we don't really have many senses or anything else kicking in at that moment. And that is a very beautiful place to be. It's a very nurturing place of the Mother Earth. And if you just open up into that space, if that is what is happening for you, there is richness and wisdom to be tapped into here. So observe the tree, and I want you to create a gift for the tree with your mind's eye. It may be a gift of flowers or a special stone. It may be a prayer or a song, a hug, a kiss, a dance, some sort of gift that you can offer this tree right now. I'll give you a couple moments to just connect in this way. Now is a good time to pose your question or your intention to the tree. And again, it can be something specific, or you may just ask the tree for healing or for some wisdom. What is it that it wants you to know right now? So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to be with the tree in this way, and feel free to have a conversation with the tree. Ask more questions. Ask for clarity if you get some metaphorical wisdom that is hard to interpret. Remember to have patience with yourself through this practice. And just be open to whatever support you feel, even if it's simply the support of the earth holding you. When you're ready, I want you to give thanks to this tree. Maybe you want to offer another gift if you like. Again, that could be a prayer, a song, a poem, a hug, a kiss, flowers, a stone that you create with your mind's eye. Give thanks to the tree. And as you feel ready, you can start to come back to the space and gently open your eyes. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of you had some trouble connecting in this way, because this is not something that we're taught to do. This might be really new for a lot of you. So if you're intrigued by this practice and it didn't quite, work for you, that is okay. That's completely normal. And, much like a yoga teacher will practice the same pose for years before they truly master it, this takes some practice too. So just be patient and gentle with yourself. And I will be around after the service too, if anyone wants some tips for how to try again on their own, or if anyone wants to share their experience or ask questions or anything. So thank you.
Thanks, Jessica. Jessica has a shamanic healing business, Be the Light Shamanic Healing, if you're interested in learning more about her and her services. So I just thought it might be useful again to share a story from my life with connecting to a tree, right? Because that's what we just did. So this one is kind of actually not my story. It's my mother's story, that when my mother had cancer, she came to stay with me for the last month of her life. She was in hospice. And the way we had arranged the room for her was there was a bed, and at the foot of the bed was a window. So she was in this bed, and I was there next to her one day, and she's like, oh, she gasped. She said, look at that tree. And I looked because I'm like, what tree is she talking about? She says, it's so beautiful. And it was November, so there were no leaves on the trees. And the only tree I could see was like this kind of old elm that had a missing branch and no leaves, and it was very gray. And so I found myself kind of wondering, but the way she talked about this tree and seeing the tree, it was clear to her that the tree and her were connecting, that she was able to take something away from seeing this tree that filled her up, that it nurtured her. And she continued through her time at our house to connect to the tree and talk about the tree and draw the tree. So it was a loving exchange. So thank you.